Hey, what's up everybody? This is the DeFi Enthusiast Show. Welcome to the channel, guys. I hope that you're all doing well. So the price of Bitcoin at the moment is $62,454. The BTC Ronins is at 54.4%. And today we're going to be discussing a very different thing. We're going to be talking about CBDCs and what they can possibly do. And in order for that, one of the best examples is the upcoming digital euro. So let's just have a look at what the digital euro is. Digital euro would be a digital form of cash issued by the central bank and available to everyone in the euro area. Central bank money in digital form, available for any electronic payments in shops, online, or from person to person. And what would a digital euro be? A digital euro would be an electronic means of payment available free of charge to everyone, like cash today. You could use it anywhere in the euro area, and it would be secure and private. In our increasingly digitalized society, a digital euro would be the next step forward for our single currency. Why do we need a digital euro? Currently, there is no European digital payment option that covers the entire euro area, with 13 out of 20 countries reliant on international card schemes for card payments. A digital euro would be a European electronic means of payment accessible and accepted in all euro area countries. How would a digital euro work? A digital euro would be stored in an electronic wallet set up with your bank or with a public intermediary. This would allow you to make all your usual electronic payments in your local store, online, to a friend, with your phone or card, online and offline. What stages are we at now? The preparation phase, which started in November 2023, focuses on further preparing for a potential development of a digital euro. It builds on the findings from our investigation phase. So basically, a digital euro is a central bank digital currency, which is CBDCs. Now, I have a lot of reservations about CBDCs, and I don't really believe in the concept of a central bank digital currency, because we already have a solution, which is Bitcoin. We already have stable coins. We have Ethereum, a lot of different currencies which are decentralized and not in the control of the government. There are a lot of concerns regarding CBDCs and how it could control your life. But before I do that, let me just read out what Christine Lagarde said back in September 25th, in the September 25th, 2023 article. Digital euro at least 2 years away, ECB's Lagarde says. So she also apparently is answering some conspiracy theories, and we'll get into that. A digital euro is at least 2 years away, the European Central Bank's president told lawmakers on Monday, as she sought to address privacy fears arising from the central bank digital currency, CBDC. The ECB is due to take major decisions over whether to press ahead with preparations for the CBDC in the coming weeks, but many members of the European Parliament who would need to sign off on the plans appear skeptical. It's not until later in October that the ECB Governing Council will decide whether we can move ahead with more piloting of the project, ECB President Christine Lagarde told lawmakers on the EU Parliament's Economic and Monetary Affairs Committee. The pilot will probably take us another 2 years at least before it's the final say. If we can address all the conspiracy theories that abound about this, as if Big Brother was going to suddenly determine what you can buy, when you can buy it, and how restricted it should be, then I think it would be characterized as a success, Lagarde said, adding that the digital euro will need to offer privacy without full anonymity and be user-friendly, free, and universal. ECB board member Fabio Pineda has previously promised there will be no decision to issue until lawmakers and the bloc's member governments agree on legislation to set out privacy measures for the CBDC, and they still have plenty of qualms. How do you check all the major privacy concerns if you ask for transaction and holding limits and identification when the consequence of total traceability? German centrist lawmaker Nicola Beer asked Lagarde on Monday, referring to ECB plans intended to curb money laundering and stop large CBDC holdings from upending the commercial banking system. Will this not hinder the acceptance of the digital euro? So last month, the Parliament announced that the digital euro law will be shepherded through the Parliament by Germany's Stefan Berger, an architect of the EU's crypto licensing law, MiCA, or MiCA, whatever they want to call it. So guys, this is a very interesting thing. It's October now, and in a few months this year is going to end. So we can expect central bank digital currencies to be coming out in 2025, and that is exactly what I predicted about 3, 4 years ago, when there were talks about CBDCs coming out. In my perspective, what they really want to control is, when you make a lot of money in crypto, right now they haven't been able to control the situation. They haven't been able to really control your cash out process. Yes, they have a lot of mechanisms in place now. Yes, they have regulated a lot of exchanges. Exchanges that were once accessible to U.S. customers are no longer accessible to U.S. customers. They have limited down a lot of the activity into, especially in the United States, and but they want greater control, and it's all about greater control. Lagarde says these are conspiracy theories. I disagree. These are not conspiracy theories. This is a fact, because when you already have something that works, like USDC, and you have Tether, and you have all these things which can really convert into euro, and technically everything is happening through digital transactions in the first place. I don't see a need for another, centrally banked digital currency, in the name of digital euro or digital USD. Digital USD, well, technically is going to be USDC, guys. Let's just be honest, because Circle is well connected with BlackRock and all these, and there'll be some intermingling of the US digital CBDC and the USDC in the future. So, in my perspective, I think that they will control your cashing out process. At least they're going to try to control your cashing out process. It means when you make a lot of money and profit in your crypto gains, the cashing out strategy the only thing that will be left in a few years would be for you to cash out in central bank digital currencies. And anything that is centralized, that is controlled by the government, by institutions, does not guarantee any sovereignty to you, does not guarantee any freedom to you. Christine Lagarde wants to address this as there is no conspiracy going on here. I definitely see a conspiracy happening right in front of our very eyes. Not only are we going through a major shift in the financial markets and in the way finance is done, we're going through a revolutionary technology, which is cryptocurrency. Which is meant to be, which came out, and it was meant to be decentralized for the people, by the people. The rest with Bitcoin and then everything that came after that. Here is the bankers and the institutions wanting their control back, wanting them to be the top dogs, for them to see exactly what your financial activities are. And they talk about money laundering. I think it's the most hilarious thing, curbing money laundering. So all the weaponry, all the wars that take place around the world, they're all funded by the West. Let's just be honest, right? Anybody that has their own vested interests, it's these people, is the same people who decide to provide weaponry and so on and so forth. And I don't need to really get into it. You can see it for yourself. You can see all the history. The arms deals take place, where are arms being made, how they're being provided, what is going on, the entire military-industrial complex, and so on and so forth. You guys, it's no secret. I mean, it's pretty much out in the open. So, when we look at it like that, right? We realize that there's a big problem here. The big problem is exactly, they're not trying to stop money laundering. So much money has been laundered already. If you really want to launder money, the only best way to do that is through cash, not through a cashless society. That makes no sense. I mean, the only way you can actually launder money efficiently is through cash, because it is untraceable. It doesn't go through all those checks and balances the way a digital form of a transaction takes place, right? You look at your online banking, everything is there. In that same way, the difference with decentralized currencies is that people can see your activity, exactly where things are going. However, that money is in your control. Here, it's going to be backed central bank digital currency providers and the institutions. Programmable, it can be changed. Just like how they change privacy policies a million times on Facebook, they can change the code. They really can, and they'll have full authority to do it, because you're going to sign off on the fact that they're going to write a huge disclaimer, for you to read, and most people are not even going to read it. They're going to click OK, and that'll basically say that I, so on and so forth, allow them to control this money, but I'm going to be using it because I need to, and blah, whatever their technical terms are going to be. But at the end of the day, it'll be like, they're the ones, like, you're basically allowing them, you are aware that they're the ones that control that money. They're the ones that have programmed it, and they're the ones that can take it away at the end of the day if they need to. Now, most people are just going to be, good boys and good girls, as they say. They're not going to question anything. They're not going to, answer anything. If you really want proof of that, go back a few years ago when we had a black swan event. While there were many people that have been aware of things, there were many people that were speaking out against the practices and mechanisms that were being put forward during that time. There were many others that were defending these governments, these institutions to carry out whatever the hell they wanted, to carry out whichever laws they wanted, which violated the human rights of everyone. When we see a situation like that happen, do you think anything is really going to change much after 4 or 5 years? Most people will comply without even reading what the hell they're getting into, and we could be seeing an era where there's going to be a war between centralized finance and decentralized finance. Whatever side you choose, the ones who are going to choose decentralized finance, they may have some hurdles. They'll be better for it because, they fought for what is right and they fought for their sovereignty, while, CeFi, as in centralized finance, is going to be, getting more and more controlling. And if Big Brother didn't exist, why is there so much censorship on the internet? You look at the third world, you look at what's going on in countries like India, you look at, countries like Somalia, you look at countries like Nigeria, you look at countries like Pakistan, you see all these places and, you see how certain websites are censored, and these are not websites which have nasty sort of content. These are websites where people ask questions, where people are trying to grow awareness, and they're those platforms are being censored, and and these platforms were also being censored during the last Black Swan event, which was the pandemic, right? So when you see that level of censorship, if they can do that just for basically, if they can allow that kind of behavior to be okay, when people were asking questions and when they were asking for freedom to their own rights and their own choices of doing whatever they want, when they were being bullied into carrying out whatever these governments and systems wanted them to carry out and do, it was all in the name of we know what's better for you because it's for your own safety. Don't you think they can do something like that with your finances? And that's exactly where central bank digital currencies come in. So make a wise choice, guys. Invest in your future now. Invest in solid, fundamentally strong crypto projects. Privacy coins are being attacked because they truly are for your betterment, for society's betterment in many ways. But most people are going to realize that much later down the road when the damage has been done, in my opinion. However, I do see a war between centralized finance and decentralized finance, and I do feel that eventually decentralized finance would win. The situation isn't in their complete control, but they want a lot of the control back, and the only way to get a lot of that control back is to central bank digital currencies, guys. So if you want some of the best crypto alpha, join our Patreon, guys. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up. Press the bell notification on, and leave a comment as well. It really helps in spreading the message, and it helps the channel, and it helps me doing what I continue to do, which is educating you guys about the crazy, exciting, and amazing world of cryptocurrencies and Web3. So guys, this is me, the DeFi enthusiast, signing out. I hope this video was informative for you. I hope it made you think. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Bye.